The movement was just overwhelming.
No, it's got to be huge.
Yeah. No, we're gonna, like, my goal is, you know, it's the last week. We've got less.
Well, if you have a good formation up front that goes, or a whole bunch of formations, it'll really look good.
Oh no, well, like I said, we got less than a week to go, so it's really this critical crunch time right now, and any help that people can give us getting the word out or donating to support the cause to help get some veterans that can't afford the travel, we really appreciate it. And the place to do that is adamversustheman.com/VFRP, Veterans for Ron Paul. But I'm pretty confident we're going to have about 500 veterans there, at least at this point. We've got 1,500 RSVP'd on Facebook. We're getting a lot of emails from active duty guys saying, well, you know, I can't quite put my name on this thing, but I'll be there with my whole squad. I mean, it's really incredible to see.
Yeah, there should be a lot more than 500. You need to get all the motorcycle veterans groups that, you know, are usually worshiping whatever Republicans around. They need to get out there and support Ron Paul. There needs to be 100,000 people. But regardless, it certainly illustrates the type of support Ron Paul has. Now, shifting gears, clearly now looking at all the evidence, Ron Paul's the front runner. They're stealing the election from him. He doesn't want to look like a sore loser or a bad sport, but finally he's coming out and saying they're going to contest Maine. Adam, what's your view? You've been involved in congressional races and things. What's your view of what's going on?
Well, it's, you know, I'm not surprised at all that this is happening and that they're cheating around the edges and doing what it takes. I don't think it's the kind of widespread fraud, because I saw this in, you know, I mean, and I don't mean to say that it's not having the full impact of what widespread fraud might be, but just that it's not so necessary when you have a system that so favors the establishment in the very process of determining who's going to be the nominee. And I saw this firsthand in Iowa, watching polls there, when, I mean, I actually made sure that one more vote was counted for Michelle Bachmann when she was under-tallied at that event. And that was the mistake. And it's just amazing to see how easy it is to get these mistakes. And I mean, I don't know if it's that Republican establishment, you know, party hack volunteers don't know how to count. I don't think that's always the case, but that it's such a muddled process. It's such an untransparent process. It's a process where really the whims of local party officials hold way more sway than they're supposed to, or that we would hope they would. And it's not just necessarily the fraud, but even the way that the system is set up to favor those in the establishment to be able to tilt the contest in their
the system itself has become twisted and gamed and tilted. I want to do a few more minutes with you, then I'm going to your calls, folks, and getting to that world government news that Obama's calling for. But Adam, stay there. I want to get your take as a veteran and as a libertarian, your view on the upcoming Iran war, the upcoming peace invasion by the UN of Syria. I mean, when is this going to end? The NDAA, SOPA, everything we talked about is now coming true. It is just wild. I want to get your take on that straight ahead. We'll be right back, folks. Spread the word. Infowars.com.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run.
Going back to Adam Kokesh in a moment. Then I'm going to get to a clip of a Dallas CBS newscast where the women, just like the old women in New York, were saying, hey, they take us behind closed doors and take our clothes off, take our diapers off, some of them 90-plus years old, scream at us. And the TSA said, we're not doing that. Kind of like they said, we're not groping small children or going in their diapers, caught on video hundreds of times. We're going to stop that now. Never stop. There's no radiation from the scanners. Get caught lying. On and on and on. And the incredible proclivity for crime. Well, who do you think, on average, is going to want a job bullying innocent people all day and sticking your hands down people's pants? I had a guy trying to grope me at the Vegas airport, and I said, first off, those gloves are filthy. How long you had those on? Oh, I've had them on about an hour. You've been searching people for an hour. How long you going to wear those? Oh, why are you wearing gloves then? Oh, to protect you, you fat slob. Not me. Going to walk through your MRSA and athlete's foot. Okay, I'm ranting. That's coming up. And I'm going to get to this world government announcement. First, it's Ban Ki-moon last week. Now it's Obama. But it doesn't exist. The Southern Poverty Law Center will write a big report on you and say you're dangerous and send alerts out to law enforcement if you're a real American. Well, sorry, game over. I talked to the military. I talked to police. They're all starting to wake up. They still got some goons and idiots in the police force here and there, but we are gaining the momentum. That's why the system's panicking. We're going back to Adam Kokesh to get his take on all this here in just a moment. We're carrying a lot of new books on the online video/apparel store at Infowars.com. We're selling a whole combo pack of different Infowars.com bumper stickers. Got a lot of new ones in, color stickers, you name it, at cost. At cost. At cost. And we have stencils, so you can spray paint your barn or car, big 3-foot stencils, at cost, $6 a piece. It's all available at Infowars.com. And then we have things we make a profit off of, like, well, we're running until the end of the month. All 18 of my films and Jason Bermas's film, Invisible Empire, 70+% off. $99.95 would be normally $380. Okay, we do make a small profit on that. You get a free Citizen Rule book and bumper stickers, an In the Fed bumper sticker too. And your purchase supports the show. You want to meet like-minded people? Buy some Infowars.com T-shirts. Put an Infowars.com bumper sticker on your car. Whatever you do, don't stick them on government buildings or globalist propaganda outlets. We shouldn't do that. Just roll over and take the vaccines immediately. Okay, being serious here, ladies and gentlemen. We've also got Bloodlines of the Illuminati available. We've also got John Wesley Rawls' new book by popular demand. He's on, I think, what is it, Thursday? That's available. It's all available at Infowars.com. And don't forget, you can still get tickets where I'm going to give a speech and premiere a 30-minute documentary this Sunday in Dallas. Find out more and showtimes and location at Infowars.com/events. But now, without further ado, going back to Adam Kokesh. Adam.
Thank you, Alex.
It's all coming true. I mean, we were the kooks to warn about using the military on the streets. It's happening. NDAA, police state, all of it. World government being announced. I mean, it's crazy, Adam.
Well, that's why it's so important to have an event like this, the Ron Paul is the Choice of the Troops March, to be able to create a way to reach out to guys on active duty, because when it comes to that, we have to ensure that they know that they're still human beings. This is why the work of oath keepers is so important, ensuring that they honor their oath rather than their illegal orders. But, Alex, if I may for just a minute, I have one more important announcement about this event coming up, because we have an incredible lineup for the after party of musicians, the cream of the crop of the musical talent of the freedom movement, who support the troops, who support Ron Paul. And we're going to have Amy Allen, Jordan Page, Golden State with your good friend James Grundler. Shout out to him for stepping up for this. And Rebel Inc. But we also have an exciting last-minute addition. Michael Graves, the former Misfits frontman, came out on Adam vs. the Man just last week to announce that he's endorsing Ron Paul and will be performing for us at this event. So the website is March2, the number 2, March2whitehouse.com. And we're going to be selling these tickets out. So if people want to get in on this, get in now.
No, but you're not going to have Danzig there from the Misfits.
No. Well, he's, you know, if you look at his politics, it's a little scarier. I'm much more excited to have someone who's woken up on our side.
It's awesome. It's incredible what's happening. And I wasn't making fun of that lead singer. I was just acting trendy that I know who the original lead singer was. See, I'm trendy, Adam. Extremely trendy.
Well, you know, one of the things that I've realized is that a lot of these celebrities who are coming out and saying, well, I support Ron Paul here or there, you know, and they're kind of anxious about it. A lot of it's, you know, we can say things like, well, they don't want to compromise their sales. They're afraid of being political and polarizing and alienating people. But, you know, we saw Kelly Clarkson do a tweet for Ron Paul that spiked her sales through the roof. And, you know, that's really incredible to see that we have a movement that is such an economic force, as I'm sure you know with your massive listening base. But, you know, that they're lacking the confidence. A lot of them, you know, you and I take it for granted as people that are steeped with backgrounds in politics and current events that, well, yeah, of course they should be coming out and advocating for Ron Paul and leveraging their celebrity and getting out and talking to everybody they can and yada, 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 and everything we would hope and dream for them to do. But a lot of them don't have the confidence in the background to be able to say, stand behind their beliefs and articulate them clearly. And one of the things I've learned is that as activists, we can do a lot to help them out. And you know, as you know, with your personal friendship with Charlie Sheen and that effort there, you know, I hope that's ongoing and that that he's able to do more for the cause. But at least we've got these 5 incredible headliners coming out for this event on
Well, I agree
Monday.
with you, but people say, well, Charlie Sheen's got all this wild stuff in his background. That isn't the point. It brings massive attention to something, and in the media, that is key. Now, Adam, I want to get your perspective, though, on the Iran situation.
Sure.
I talked to Ed Asner, speaking of celebrities, yesterday, and he was saying that he's talked to Navy SEALs that gave me their names and numbers and info, that they're saying, they're talking to current SEALs, that there is a false flag staged terror attack in the works to be blamed on Iran.
It doesn't surprise me at all, Alex. But, you know, I have an offer for you if you're interested. I'll let you respond off the air. But I'm trying to organize a trip to Iran, and I'd like to have an opportunity as a journalist, if you want to call me that, to show the American people all of the shared humanity that we have with the people of Iran and let them see what we stand to lose by not stopping this war from happening, by not letting the globalists have their way and convince us to have another war that's obviously not in the best interest of anybody involved except those that fund it from both sides. So if that's of interest to you and you'd like to have a correspondent in Iran, I'd love to work with you. But I do think it's very scary to see that this is just kind of plodding along, that we've seen this since the Bush years, that all of these forces have been pushing us in this direction. You know, the CIA pulled the rug out from underneath George Bush the second when he was trying to get people riled up about Iran. And it's amazing to see that no matter how much truth you show people, they still fall for this war propaganda. I mean, why do they do war propaganda? Because it works. And that's what's so sad about the human condition today. But it's because of journalists like yourself that we're able to fight back, we're able to change that. And I'm really hopeful. You know, I take the long view of human history, and I see the power of the internet coming into play like never before. I see the ability for people to tune into your show online, to get Infowars.com and everything that's so key there, and to see the counterpoints to that propaganda. So I'm very anxious, and I want to be on the side of the counter propaganda, and you know, I'd really appreciate your help if you're interested in getting involved. But being able to show that counter narrative, being able to show that there's a common humanity between the people of the United States and Iran is it's hard to deny. It's hard to deny. It's easy if you watch the mainstream media. It's easy if you just, you know, like Thomas Jefferson said, if you are a man who reads the newspapers and are less educated than someone who reads nothing at all, if you just get that mainstream message, it's really easy to forget that. And
I agree. And I mean, as you were saying, though,
dehumanization.
Exactly. But as you